went through a boatload of stuff here. Let's go ahead and open it up. Ski, questions, thoughts, insights you have.
Yeah, Mark, with regard to why people don't invest in themselves, you said like a third of the people will say they don't have the time. It's a time issue. What would you say are the other high percentage answers that they would give?
And this isn't why they don't invest in themselves. This is if you just ask them generically, what would you say the biggest challenge that you're having in any area of your business? A third of 33% of them will say something specifically having to do with time. 2/3 of them, it could be, they might say, well, if they're in business, they'll say, I don't get enough leads, or I don't have enough sales, or I have too much stress in my life, or, something having to do with people and relationships. If you went on to ask them, so if you had more time, do you think that would help you solve your biggest challenge? Almost 100% of the time, people will say yes.
Got it. So relative to the question I did ask, though, why people say, or why they don't invest in themselves. So I kind of tag time to that, where people say, I don't have the time, but give me your thoughts on why they're not investing.
And I would say it's not really as much into themselves. There's what I would call seminar junkies out there that go to seminar after seminar after workshop after workshop. It's not that I don't do that. I do some of that, but I invest massive amounts and always have. Even when I was newly married and in 100% straight commission, earning $1 an hour, I still invested $200-300 a month back into my business, even though I didn't have $200-300. I figured out how to do it. So I think that people have an employee mindset. And so they look at any money that comes in as their own money rather than their business's money. And so they think, well, if it's mine. I think a spouse and family, what they do is they often make sacrifices, and when the business starts making money, they're like, well, I deserve this. I'm entitled to this new car. I'm entitled to, whatever. And so I think there's just a lot of pressures for consumption, Ski. When I was 25, 26, I was VP of sales within the company, and the president of the company said, Mark, you're really unusual. You're different than anybody else in the company. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean? He's like, you not only know how to make a lot of money, you're really good at it, but you save it like crazy. Like you're not out there buying new cars, buying new houses. Because I've always known I've wanted to have my own company, and to have your own company, it just costs a lot of money to be able to do that. Technology, people, systems, tools, just a whole bunch of different things. And I don't think most people, like their brains are not wired like I'm going to invest into my business so I make 10 times what I've invested, although I might lose $9 out of 10, but that $1 that I do make money. So it's just it's a different way of thinking, I think, Ski, for most people.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep. Paul, questions, thoughts?
I'm really kind of digesting the 80% big number. So if make up a number, $300,000. So if you're constantly investing, so is this a constant year after year you're investing? Then how do you get ahead if you don't take money out to pay for college, or you don't take money out to get a car, whatever it might be? Struggling understanding.
Sure.
I mean, I get the concept, invest, sure. But when do you get to enjoy the spoils of your wars?
Right. So I mean, running lean and mean give you the opportunity. I mean, 97% of businesses will go out of business within 7 years. And that they do that for a number of reasons. But when you look at it, if you go ahead and earn 80,000 out of 100, okay. Then I go to 140. Well, I can buy more at 140. I can buy more. So you're increasing your income, but you're increasing your what your business gets more and more. Your business, it's like a baby, and if you don't feed it, it's not going to grow. For 7 kids, it was real simple. I paid for my own college education. My wife and I paid for her college education. And my kids, if they want a college education, they've paid for that. We taught them how to work. We taught them how to save money. We helped them start their own their businesses. And so if they wanted a car, it's really simple. It's like Don, he was 8 years old over in Australia shining shoes. So he, Scottish, I believe it was, heritage. It's like if you want to buy something, it's simple. Go out and figure out how to earn money to buy it. And so the kids, they didn't think when they got married that they were going to get anything from us. They were going to pay for their own wedding, our girls. And when we gave them something that didn't cover the whole wedding for sure, but when we gave them something, they broke down in tears. They were so happy because it's teaching your kids to produce. Otherwise, so one child may cost more than 7 of mine because I've taught them if you want something in life, you're going to have to go and pursue it. You're going to have to learn how to earn money. You're going to learn how to save money. Our youngest daughter, she just graduated from college, and she paid for her whole way through college, just got married this year, and she's lived outside of the home since she was 18, and she and her husband are just coming back today from France, that they paid for all of that. And so it's getting the people around us to produce far more than they consume is the trick. And making sure we do that. All right, Jorge, questions, thoughts? Anybody have any questions or thoughts?
My question is, how do I determine what the core reason for my biggest challenge is?
And what's your biggest challenge?
Getting people to refer residents to our memory care home.
I'm thinking. Sue, do you have your box 1, identify targets? Do you have a database of all the people who could refer residents to your home?
Yes.
And are you developing and delivering a message to go ahead and get them to refer people?
Yes.
And you're not getting that?
We're still in developing. The personal work that we're doing is slow to get referrals.
So you're either you either got the wrong people targeted or you got the wrong message. And that can take years to build a database and years to perfect the message. A lot of iterations, trial and error. Questions?
Excuse me, Mike, where is she based? Where is the care home located?
In Dixon, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Because I used to be a caregiver.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But if it's local, yeah, it's easier. But it's not in the state, yeah.
Other questions, or Avalinda, other follow-up questions that you have? Anybody? Okay, so it's important that we invest properly into our business. It just costs a lot of money, or we're going to do a lot of work, and we're still going to spend a lot of money. We're going to lose a lot of money, and we won't even know it. So if you're not investing the right amount of money into your business, or you're not investing into it in the right way, you're going to work a lot harder, and you're going to end up making a lot less and spending a lot more. So if you don't invest it on the upfront, you're going to pay for it on the back end. And so hopefully you've been... Go ahead.
So I have a question. So for someone new in the business, what should they... How can they do that? How do they do that?
Good question. So what I would recommend is start out with EC2, Engineered Clarity Community. It's through a nonprofit organization, Life Masteries Institute. It's $20 a month. And I'm telling you, it is like if it was for a for-profit, you'd spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month for everything you get. So start off with that. It's only $20 a month. Start off with that. They have a community of people and resources that are amazing. And that will help you. And then what you do is you invest that $20 a month, and you turn that $20 a month into $40 or $100. And then that $100 that you get in, you work at investing even more. So it's almost like a game. How much can I invest back into my business? And then once you get to the point where you can have an action vision plan, then that will help to architect and engineer a custom boss system, a business operating system, the engine that runs our business. We earn the money we earn, work the hours we work, have the stress that we have or don't have, life balance we do or don't have. Once you get that, then you get the plan, you start to fine-tune it, you start to get additional revenue coming in, then you start, I would recommend getting EVAs, executive virtual assistants. You don't have to train them. You don't have to bring them on full-time. It's a really reasonable investment. I would get EVAs and get the first one. So 9 years I got our first EVA, paid for itself, easy, many times over, so I picked up another EVA. Number 1 and 2 paid for themselves, so I invested into 3 and 4. 1 through 4 invested into, got a great return on that, invested into 5, 6, 7, and 8. And so I'm not sure how many I'm going to need to get my business to totally run without me, but I have an extra 20 hours of free time a week, take 1 week off every month. And so I'm getting there. My guess is probably somewhere between 20 and 30 EVAs is what I'm going to need to invest into, and my business will run and grow even when I'm not working on my business. Again, if you have any questions, connect with the individual that invited you, or you can call toll-free 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.